Brooks Koepka's recent experience surrounding the 2026 Cadillac Championship offers a revealing look into the unpredictable and often unforgiving nature of professional golf. Despite being one of the most accomplished players of his generation, the five-time major champion found himself on the outside looking in, relying not on ranking or reputation, but on circumstance. What followed was a mix of disappointment, adaptability, and a reminder that even the biggest names in golf are not immune to the sport's harsh realities. The situation unfolded in a way that left many fans confused, but Koepka's wife, Jena Sims, took to social media to clarify exactly what had happened. Speaking candidly through her Instagram story, she explained the technicalities behind her husband's absence from the field. According to Sims, Koepka had entered the week as the third alternate for the tournament. That position meant he needed at least 3 withdrawals from the confirmed field to secure a spot. While a couple of players did pull out, it ultimately wasn't enough to elevate him into the competition. Her explanation shed light on just how narrow the margins can be at the highest level of the sport. If he wanted to, he would, Sims remarked, addressing fans who may have questioned Koepka's absence. She went on to detail how Cantlay and Knapp withdrew, allowing Koepka to move up the alternate list. However, no further withdrawals occurred, leaving him stranded just outside the field. It was a waiting game that ended in disappointment. Initially, Koepka's position had been more favorable. When the field for the Cadillac Championship was first announced, he was listed as the first alternate, placing him on the brink of participation. However, events at the Zurich Classic of New Orleans reshuffled the standings. Strong performances from Michael Thompson and Christopher Wrighton pushed them ahead of Koepka, dropping him to third in line. Their finishes, T13 and T2, respectively, proved significant enough to alter the pecking order, demonstrating how quickly fortunes can change in professional golf. Koepka remained hopeful and stayed prepared. He traveled to Trump National Doral, the tournament venue, and waited patiently as tee times approached. Alternates often face this exact scenario, arriving fully ready to compete but unsure if they will actually get the chance. For Koepka, the uncertainty stretched on until the final moment. Only after all players had teed off did it become clear that no additional spots would open up. What makes the situation particularly striking is how little Koepka had planned for actually getting into the event. According to Sims, he hadn't even packed a proper bag for the trip. He arrived with only the clothes he was wearing, Nike golf apparel and his shoes, because he didn't expect to make the field. That detail highlights both the unpredictability of the alternate system and Koepka's realistic assessment of his chances. Once it became clear that he would not be competing, Koepka shifted gears quickly. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment, he decided to meet up with Sims, who was attending a high-profile event in Florida. As a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model, Sims was participating in a race weekend kickoff gathering alongside prominent figures, including Serena Williams. Naturally, she expected her husband to show up dressed appropriately for the occasion, not in golf attire. Koepka, however, rose to the challenge. With little time to spare, he improvised by visiting a boutique and putting together a new outfit on the spot. Sims humorously referred to the stylist who helped him as a saint, emphasizing how last-minute the transformation was. The story added a light-hearted twist to an otherwise frustrating situation, showing a different side of Koepka, one that fans don't often see on the course. While the Cadillac Championship setback was disappointing, it did not derail Koepka's broader plans for the 2026 season. In fact, The episode highlighted his strategic approach to navigating the PGA Tour's evolving structure. With limited access to signature events, Koepka has been forced to explore alternative pathways to secure his place among the elite fields. One such pathway involves competing in alternate events that run concurrently with larger tournaments. It was recently confirmed that Koepka will participate in the ON Flight Myrtle Beach Classic, an event that may not carry the same prestige as a signature tournament but offers significant opportunities. A victory that would grant him entry into two major upcoming events, the Memorial Tournament and the Travelers Championship. Both are high-profile stops on the PGA Tour calendar, making this a potentially crucial opportunity. The scheduling adds another layer of intrigue. The Myrtle Beach Classic will take place during the same week as the Travelers Championship, one of the tour's marquee events. While top players like Rory McIlroy are expected to compete at Quail Hollow, Koepka will be focusing his efforts elsewhere, aiming to rebuild momentum and secure his path forward. It's a calculated move that reflects both necessity and determination. Another significant development in Koepka's career is his decision to part ways with longtime equipment sponsor Srixon. The move signals a willingness to make bold changes in pursuit of improved performance. By stepping away from a major endorsement deal, Koepka has given himself the freedom to experiment with different clubs and find a setup that best suits his game. This decision could prove pivotal. Equipment plays a critical role in a golfer's performance, and even small adjustments can lead to meaningful improvements. For Koepka, who has faced inconsistencies in recent seasons, the ability to customize his gear without restrictions may provide the edge he needs to return to top form. It also underscores his commitment to doing whatever it takes to compete at the highest level. Taken together, these developments paint a picture of navigating a challenging phase of his career with resilience and adaptability. Missing out on the Cadillac Championship was undoubtedly a setback, but it also served as a reminder of the competitive depth in modern golf. No player, regardless of past achievements, is guaranteed a spot in elite events. At the same time, Koepka's response to the situation reveals a mindset focused on forward momentum. Rather than dwelling on what could have been, he has turned his attention to upcoming and the steps needed to capitalize on them. Whether it's adjusting his schedule, rethinking his equipment, or embracing alternative routes into major tournaments, he is actively working to regain his footing. The episode also highlights the human side of professional athletes. Behind the statistics and headlines are individuals dealing with uncertainty, disappointment, and the need to adapt. Koepka's experience, waiting at the course, hoping for a last minute, and ultimately having to pivot, resonates because it reflects a reality that extends beyond golf. Looking ahead, the coming months will be crucial for Koepka. The Myrtle Beach Classic presents a tangible opportunity to secure his place in bigger events, while his equipment changes could influence his performance trajectory. Success in other areas would not only boost his confidence but also re-establish him as a consistent presence in top-tier competitions. For fans, the situation serves as both a cautionary tale and a source of intrigue. It's a reminder that even the most accomplished players must continuously earn their in the sport. At the same time, it sets the stage for a compelling narrative. Can Brooks Koepka overcome these challenges and return to the form that once made him one of golf's most dominant figures? In the end, the story is far from over. If anything, this chapter adds depth to Koepka's journey, highlighting the determination that define professional sports. Whether he capitalizes on his upcoming opportunities or faces further hurdles, one thing is certain: his path forward will be closely watched by fans and analysts alike.